Hi, I'm Helen-Star Keddle.
Hello, I'm Matteo Matteini.
I work for Brighton Hove Food Partnership.
I work for Comune di Milano.
We're a not-for-profit in Brighton working to change the food system. We help people learn to cook, learn to grow food and to waste less food. We believe that food is not just fuel, it changes lives.
I work for the City of Milan in the food policy department that promote healthy food, sustainability and education.
I love working for Brighton Hove Food Partnership. I've been working there for 12 years now. I think that the best thing for me is that I have been able to work with so many different types of food sharing and see the benefit it brings to so many people's lives. Some of the things that I've particularly enjoyed, for example, is working with community gardens, seeing people benefit from being outdoors, connecting with nature, connecting with each other. I think that's really inspirational for me.
Working in the food policy department is very interesting under several points of view, and you have access to plenty of organizations, and not only that, you are in contact with 260 cities around the world and you can share with them experiences and best practices.
The worst part about working with Brighton Hove Food Partnership is that we can never say no. I think out of the whole time I've been working there, we've managed to stop one project, and even then it keeps on coming back as an idea, and everyone finds this thing and they say, oh, I want to do that, I want to do that. So we perhaps tend to take on a little bit too much sometimes.
Well, the worst part of dealing with the food policy department is to having to do with such a, dedicated team, energetic and young, that I can cope with most of the time.
The best moment of my hosting for me was, obviously I see all the projects quite a lot and I know what they're up to, but for me was actually popping along to see the Real Junk Food project and seeing an old friend that I was working with in the Surplus Food Network, and seeing how amazing the Fitzherbert Centre, where they've redone this whole centre and made it into this kind of food sharing community hub where they do a pay-as-you-feel lunch, and they've just set up a new community garden outside with composting. I thought that was really great.
So the best of my hosting was when, after, a full visit to Cascina Cuccagno, we wanted to look at our best, so we want to impress our guests, and at the end of the study visits, they come to me, Helen and Vic come to me and says, is this place really inclusive?
For me, I really enjoyed our visit to Cascina Cuccagno because it's an utterly beautiful farmhouse in the middle of the city with a beautiful garden around, and it was just very nice. We had a beautiful dinner, but I think in terms of my work, I was most inspired by a trip we went to Soledando, which is a social supermarket who have set up exactly how a shop would be, with the shelves, with the tills, with people working there, so that the people that are going really feel like they're just being in part of a normal shopping experience rather than receiving charity.
Well, my study visit, my body visit was very interesting, but the Real Junk Food project was really inspiring. What I found very incredible was the feel, the atmosphere in the place, and the fact they were hosting homeless people side by side with paying people. And this was moving in a way, but also the demonstration that these type of experiences can be achieved.
Well, I was buddied with Milan, so I think it's fairly easy to say that Milan's pretty admirable when it comes to food policy. Doing all the work on the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact and the way that it's been rolled out around the world is very admirable.
So what I admire in my buddies and personally about Helen is their dedication to the project and the fact that it is capable of all the multiple positions, not only in the city but also in specific organizations and volunteering, and this is very, very admirable of her.
One of the biggest take-homes for me was the fact that the social supermarket was funded by a housing provider. So it was, really a case of someone using the profits from their business into putting it into a kind of a community project, which I don't know whether I can persuade anyone to do it at home, but it was amazing to see that model could work.
So my intake was that a social business like the junk food program can be sustainable without public funding. And this is my intake, and it was interesting to see and to look out into the possible modification in the system we can do in Milan to achieve that in terms of legal framework and other adjustments to the system.